Good morning from kind of sunny Healesville. Well, specifically we're in Badger Creek at a caravan park, but we're staying around Healesville for the next 3 days now because I didn't record anything yesterday because I got sick. Isn't that great when that happens? Yeah, so not really planning much. My godma's in town, so she and my sister are going to go to Healesville Sanctuary, and my sister's going to be taking videos, and Mum and I will be resting. I have like the worst migraine, and I'm not going to tell anyone about it because then they're going to get worried. And then tomorrow we're going to Warburton to meet a friend, and then we'll be leaving on the Tuesday. And I'll try to get some things done. We went to Warburton a little bit already yesterday to check out the visitor center and all that, and then mostly yesterday was just the trip there, so there wasn't really that much to record. Yeah, I'll fill you in some more later when I'm more awake. Has it been about 3 weeks since that last clip was recorded? Yes. Did I get severely sunburnt from the trip that came after the Healesville trip? Yes. Life just got crazy. Life is always crazy around this time of the year. So, here is me, about 3 weeks later, and I'm gonna attempt to remember what happened and tell you so that I can close out this video, edit it, and post it, and then I can work on closing out the next video. So this was the Healesville trip. So while my godma and my sister were at the sanctuary, I and Mum, Estelle and I went into Healesville town to look around, get some trinkets and souvenirs and things, and yeah, just look around mostly. We were trying to find a visitor center. We didn't. We went to Coles to get some food. That was pretty much the reason we went there. Then we found a $2 shop, and we got a couple little things. And we had lunch at a charcoal chicken place called Sammy's Charcoal Chicken that was gluten-free. It was amazing. And while we were having lunch there was a couple of ibises. I don't know if that's the plural for ibis. That hung around, and Estelle tried to attack a couple of them. But because, she's tied to the table, she couldn't get very far, but she still had a lot of fun trying to attack the ibis that got too close. That's something I remember about that. When Becky and my godma got back from Healesville, well, we had to pick them up, but my sister got me this little echidna keychain. It's very cute. And my godma got me this little pin. It doesn't want to focus. It's a little platypus. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and then the Monday after that, we went to Warburton via a trip to Lala Falls, which is a waterfall just outside of Warburton. Yes, I figured out how to say Warburton since this video, since the last clip. But yeah, it was a good hike there, about an hour, I think. It was, the people who actually made it to the falls was my godma, her friend from school, the friend's daughters, and myself. We lost Becky a little ways in. She got sore and went back to the car. Then it got too steep for Mum with her hip injury, so she went back with Estelle, and I hiked the rest of the way and kind of regretted it, but was also filled with this like satisfaction of I made it. Yeah, so I managed to get some pictures and clips from Lala Falls, so they'll be dotted around. Then we went into Warburton and we had a walk. No, we had lunch. Lunch was a catastrophe. That might be a little bit harsh, but we had lunch at a restaurant, I don't remember the name of it, and I had to get some new pants because a pair of pants that I had made were a little too tight. They had no ease, and they split when I crouched down to pick up Estelle, which is embarrassing. So I had to get some new pants while we were there. I wrote down what I wanted, I wrote down everyone else's orders, I gave them to Becky and my godma to go and order, and I went to buy pants. And came back after buying the pants and changing into the pants. They changed tables. There was an actual proper outdoor eating area that we could eat at, and so we changed tables and went there. And then the food arrived and it wasn't gluten-free, so we had to send it back. And they also missed the second order for Eggs Benedict. That was for my godma's friend. So it turns out me writing everyone's orders didn't quite work because no one could read my handwriting, not even the guy at the shop. So that was a little bit of a disaster. And yeah, by the way, the migraine did not leave me for that entire week. That entire weekend, it was just pain, so much pain. Yeah, and then after that we walked down the creek, but it's more like a river or a lake, around the back of Warburton. And because it was hot, I decided to go and dip my toes into the water. It was very nice. The water was ice cold, so lovely. And so we all kind of had to sit by the river and just chatted and dipped our feet in, and even Estelle dipped her feet in. It was very cute. A couple of times she'd go to walk across the rocks to someone else, and the rock would be too deep, and so she'd just kind of go sploosh. So by the end of it she was quite soaked, but she was very happy because she was cooled down. I went to the bakery, we got some food, drinks and cakes and things, and then we said our goodbyes to Godma's friend and headed back to the cabin. And after that we didn't do much, and the next day we headed home via another trip to Healesville for Godma to get some last minute things. She wanted a pen, so she got the pen. And she bought me a badge, and then we headed back home via, I know we stopped off for dinner, I don't remember where. Yeah, I don't remember where we had dinner, and I don't remember much else of what happened on the return trip back. Yeah, but I will say it was a pretty fun trip. I did enjoy myself. I was just tired and yeah, mostly tired. And then after that we had a couple more days with Godma, and then the Friday before she left to go back home, I went go-karting with some of my Olive group, and I got crashed into, and I got whiplash, and that's a whole other video to do, because that's a fun story with footage to accompany it. So yeah, I guess I'll leave this video off with, I enjoyed Healesville. The Wi-Fi and service connections were not the greatest. By that I mean I would get service and then I would go to watch a video or something and the service would go away. But that's okay. I think we've covered pretty much all of Healesville, so I don't think there's a need to go back. Yeah. And yeah, that's it for this. And that's all from me. For this vlog at least. Yeah.